This is the entrance to the hall where you would go in, and that's where the dining hall is. If you look around, there's parking lot over here. Across the street is the chapel. We're going to go in and take a look at the chapel. And then there's parking over here, and then there's parking all throughout on the back side as well.
And there's a public...
And then, but for the past 2 years, they didn't have a full-time pastor. Many of that families left.
Alright, so
And then when I mentioned about
Palmer Seminary.
you guys, and for Asian American, so he was excited to actually. It's not, but I,
This is a Palmer Seminary, and the fellowship hall that is used for worship service.
But he was so excited. That at least somebody will reach out to the Asian American because his heart is international.
The service, they do the fellowship here?
Yeah, just a little. They won't stay to have a big meal.
Yeah.
Just snack.
Just like little snacks and stuff. Yeah.
Not the way we do.
Yeah. But that's great. I mean, so service is over here, and then the fellowship time over here.
The reception hall here.
Okay.
Fellowship.
Great.
Let me show you. There is another church that gathers in a classroom.
Notice the cafe is called Koinonia Cafe. So there's another lecture hall that could be a potential place. Kind of a longish lecture hall.
Well, one small church is using this one in the morning too.
There's a small church that's using this in the morning for their worship service. Okay. But this is more of a classroom that they're using, so it's smaller. But classroom. Just a... yeah, it's across the hallway from the other classroom. So this may be a possibility as well. No one uses this one, but the other two people are using those.
City line.
So here's this is the president's room.
When you Google it, they're on the map it shows not here actually, but there.
It's actually just kind of a smaller conference kind of room.
And I heard you saying there are how many churches like around this side?
So this is the classroom in the basement. This is what City Line, the church that's here at 10:30, that they use for their babysitting. What are you gonna say?
There's a public train about 2 blocks this way.
Alright. There's a picture of the chapel on the inside. So obviously quite big. Quite big. The basement of the chapel.
This is called the studio.
And this is called the studio. It's a... Well, they have a piano. There's a classroom. This one is currently not being used. Across from that lecture room, here's another lecture hall. There's a pretty large lecture hall. And so this one being used? This one's not being used either?
This is being used, it's just beginning to be used by a church on Saturdays.
On Saturdays, okay, but not on Sunday?
No.
Oh, okay. So this one would be free to use on Sunday as well. So this is a pretty big, feels like Tang, but yeah, it's a large lecture room. Okay, so this is the First
I plan to
Baptist
visit
Church.
this one, the other Sunday that I
This
was
is
invited
American
in
Baptist
Atlantic
Church.
City to preach.
This is in Ardmore. This is Ardmore,
Sunday
right?
morning, speak with the pastor and share a little bit about
The side of
It was
First Baptist Church. We think this is probably maybe the fellowship area. Danny compares it to maybe our Central Square location.
Yeah, I have a great relationship.